All right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Minetest gameplay of sorts. Yeah, and today we're out at the modern castle because I will show you. But first, it is 47 degrees in Chicagoland area. Yes. It's raining. Could be worse. I gotta update that kelp farm. But, yeah. So, how's everybody doing? Excellent. Let us get started. Go close laptop here because and turn off TV because we don't want to waste power. So what we are doing is I got a fit of inspiration and I built an aquarium. No, not that one. Although there's that little fishy only has so much to swim in, but we're going to go out to a secret squirrel area. So I went out to an area that, look at that, we have a secret hiding place. This goes up to another little secret door to a private balcony. Nice. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a kitty. So I do this a little bit. Or I do this quite often. If I want to do a test build and I don't want to generate a new world, I'll fly out to a place that I'm not going to use. This is such a place. I built that. That's cool. And that's even cooler. So I'm going to show you my evolution of my building process. Look at that, there's a panda. I'm not sure I'm going to keep these side windows. I'm going to have to see. But what this is, oh, wait a minute, I turned on the wrong one. There we go. What this is an aquarium. No, really? But I was trying out different building techniques and I have a better vision of one here, but it's kind of cool. And fishies have already come in. Nice. So there's going to be a glass walkway across here. Got dolphins and a domed roof. Now I was going to show how, and this was one of my test layouts of what I'm about to show you. So I thought I had one more. Oh, there it is. I got 4 aquariums. Very cool. But this is the one. Where am I? If you want to see the building out of the ground, there it is. And this is what's going to be placed into my world. That's an elevator. So this is the final iteration. Well, there's going to be some other changes because I'll show you how to fix it. And it's really cool. So up here, this observation deck up here, you're going to be able to see the dolphins. Nice. And there's a lot of dolphins. And they just spawned there. I put a penguin in. Where are my penguins? There they are. They're over here. Not much for them to do, except for swim around. We got some kelp. This whole bottom is going to be sand. So, and for health and safety, there's going to be an elevator here that'll go up. But this is going to be the layout for the bottom. Then you come up the stairs. Long and winding stair. It's kind of it's not proportioned correctly. But then you come up here and you got the stairway that goes up to the roof and the observation for the dolphins. This is very, very loosely based on, up here, this is going to be glass because I don't want it too visible from the street. So this is only going to be like a 3-high glass surround with a very short roof and some doors. So there is that. But we are going to show you, and like I said, I'm not very sure about these windows. I don't think I need them because I do have the windows on the side, and I have these windows here. So when we put the building in, ooh, look at that. That is one scary view. When I place the building in, then we're going to, massage it into what we want. And I was working on different, the facade blocks. I can't make them work in such tight area, but I do like the way this looks even with that notch taken out. So that's a keeper. The different columns we're going to have to look at. So let us go down and we will. When I originally built this, it came to a point where it was turning out so well, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to rebuild it for the video, and then I just ended up using it. All I did was I took a place, and we're going to come over here, and let's use, make that 1. We're going to look down. Now, I don't know if I can bring up my notes. My notes are that I used 3 rings. And those rings are a circumference of 9, 13, and 22. And it's 14 down. So, you know what I failed to show? I'm not sure if I showed these. Skates 99 had entered in a mansion with a waterfall, which is very cool. And I'm not sure if I showed this in another video, this pixel art that Skates 99 also did, which is, those are cool. I guess it's for a mod. Now, Jerry sent in some work that he was doing on a medieval world, which there's a train, but that looks, maybe the world that he's working on is the Hogwarts world, because that looks like the Hogwarts castle. But nevertheless, if it is taking a world, because I have this world, I love this bridge. There's a lot that can be learned from using somebody else's pre-constructed world. And it's the building techniques and the designs, because I really like how the wood accents and the chandelier design and the different halls and such. So keep working on that. Make it what you want. But in the Hogwarts world, these are the greenhouses. It's a very cool world. There's a lot of hidden stuff inside there. I don't know if I still have the links to said world. There's my fishy. Hi, Mr. Fish. But getting back to the build, my rings are 9, 13, and 22. So if we go back, there we go. That was professionalism. So if I go into world edit and I choose cylinder, and the updated cylinder one, we're going to use cobblestone. No, we're not going to use cobblestone. We're going to use... This gave me a problem yesterday. No, now it's not. Okay. So we are going to go 14 down. And our base ring is going to be... I forgot what I said. 13. You know, we're going to go 14. And that's the length. Now the base, The base radius is 22. The top radius is 22. If at the top radius, you'll create a cone. And that could be useful for different types of medieval roofs, but not for what we're doing. We want the base to be the same. And we want a hollow cylinder. Actually, we want a solid. You know what? Let's change this. Let us go. I'm going to make this air. But before I do that, I have to put a block here to ensure. So we're going to, I don't think it'll matter. I'll explain that in a second. So we're going to go 14 and we're going to go 22, 22. And even on a Mac, you have to use Control Copy, but I'm going to do air. I want to clear this area. And we're going to do a solid cylinder. And I'm looking down because that's my look direction. Boom. Oh, and I have to tell it I want to screw up my world. And nothing happened. Oh, you know why? There's why. So if I make this one, and let's redo this. Bam, there we go. It's very strange. If wherever you place that one, it's going to, it's not going to do the current one. It's going to do one down. So if you look, oh, sorry, Mr. Bear. So if you, and now there's a cliff. So if you look, we just cleaned out this huge area here. Pretty cool. I'm going to show you another way to do this. Because you see this little leg here? That's part of my saving. How I saved the world. Because I needed to get a square around it. So this is the building. And we're gonna look at it more. I got to make sure I have this in. I made some additions to it, like this ridge here was not, it wasn't here, and the glass went all the way straight through, so there was no definite line from the roof to there, so I fixed that. Thanks, Mr. Dolphin. So we are going to go do that. Do it right now. So let us go back to the other area, and we are going to fly over to where we are going to place this thing. Now I've already made a backup copy of my world. Never do anything unless you have a backup, because I'm about to screw things up. Yes. And it'll work. So somebody commented as we're flying over to the area, because I didn't pre-plan. The Jose Gamer Wah 2836. It says, unfortunately, the file copy was struck. Oh, nice area. There's the sunbathing whales. I wanted to put the aquarium over here, but there's no room. So I'm going to show you where I'm going to put it. Unfortunately, the file was copyright struck by UMG for the texture of Nyan Cat. Now, my world download that I still have over on MediaFire, but it's old. And I had weeded the Nyan Cat texture out of the mod that it was in. So I'm not sure if this person was creating their own mod or world that had that, and in which case, yes, when they scan the file up on MediaFire, they will flag the file and they'll notify you and say, hey, you can't do this. and take it down. So yeah, I am planning, it's going to take a while. I am planning to re-release this world, but because of the way that I had to do the mods this time, it's going to be a little bit more involved. This is the Art Institute of Chicago. So we've been through here. Very cool. It is one of my favorite builds. Still not finished yet on the interior, except for the main floor with my statue art and my lion that I made from different cuts, as you can see here. The bronze. This is supposed to depict the Chicago Theater with the marquee mod. Yeah. So what we will do is I'm going to show you where I'm going to put the building. This area down here, penthouses and the tower, the Willis Tower. This is the convention center. Rightly so, because it's a convention building with a Ferrari in it. Then we have the old school turned into a leisure center, picnic tables, and this park. Now down here, we have one of my favorite condos, but we have one of the conservatories across the street from the Automobile Design Center. You can tell there's automobiles in there. Very nice. Across from, we have shopping over here with some older style buildings, but we have this building here. I like it, but it doesn't fit. It's completely, now, it's a very good build, but it's completely bland. You can miss it. So what we are going to do is we are going to get rid of it. So now I'm going to go here and call this number 1. Then I'm going to come to the other side of the building and I'm going to call this, and you'll see why in a second, number 2. No, that's wrong. It's wrong, but it's right. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to type in POS2, position 2. What happened? Oh, squirrel not. And it's going to put this box around it. I come in here and I'm going to set nodes to air. And I have to tell it, yes. The reason why is I have a backup. So if this doesn't turn out, I will fix it by just doing the new world. I have to get rid of these. There's a reason why. This is going away. So what we are going to do is we are going to extend to 1. And we have to stack this by 7. Boom. What the? Oh. Okay. All right. So you know what? I'm going to leave this part, but I'm going to come over here and I'm going to stack this. By 7. I did that purposely. There we go. So this is going to extend the property. because I want to center that in here. So we are going to go back to here. And you know what? We might as well do this. There's only, we're going to give it 5 because I want to put it into the center. So now what we're going to do is I need to create, this is, I need to create, I'm going to do this and I'm going to stack this by 22. Bam. No. 44. Duh. I'm going to see where I entered. So over here I want as close to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad. I just eyeballed that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? That'll work. Because this is going to hang over. Okay. So now what we're going to do is 1, 2. And this needs to go back by 44. Bam. So let's see what damage I'm going to cause. Ooh. You know what? That tree can stay. Really. So now this is where it's going to get kind of interesting. Because now there was a couple other areas that I thought, oh, I can put this down in here. So we're going to make that 1. We're going to make that 2. And now what we're going to do is something really strange. We're going to look down and we are going to stack this by 16. How am I going to do this? We're going to set nodes as air. And then we are going to stack this down by 6. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. We're going to stack this down by 16, looking down. Give it permission. Look at that. That is cool, though. That is really cool. How what we have here is we've undercovered a whole world. Look at that. There's a hidden redwood tree. You could tell how I've done this. So now I need to add, I know this looks weird, but here's what we're going to do. So I need to get rid of some stuff here. All right. So now what we do, come down here. We're going to, I'm 16 down. I can't remember if I just did this. No, it doesn't matter. I'm going to call this, I'm going to reset the region. I'm going to call this 1. Okay. I'm going to come out here. This doesn't work. I'm going to be super sad. And I'm going to go in to my world edit and save and load. Now, I didn't get rid of that building that was here altogether. I named it something else. I saved it. So, and I'll show that in a minute. So we're going to Aquarium. I'm going to allocate. Ooh, that's not good. Why did it do that? Okay. Go over here. And something like that. So we want to, let's call this 1. That means it's going to put this building in backwards. So we're going to reallocate. Okay. Ain't looking good, folks. That's where our building is going to actually nestle into. And hopefully this works. If I pull this off, this is going to be cool. So we're going to go back in and we're going to load the aquarium. Boom. Ooh. Now, there's a reason why it did this. There's a reason why it did it. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. Because we'll just make the doorway here. I think it's going to fit. We come over here. This is, oh, I could have done one more down. I don't know. Can we use this to our advantage? You know what, we can. I'm going to leave it. Now we do have to fill in. Now it's 1 block, so it's 3 feet. Let's see if everything made it. Well, it did, but some of the additions that I did, like the water, it didn't come through, which that's fine because that'll be added. And you notice that the dolphins and such didn't come over, but this goes to this parking lot here. So here's how we fix this. We came over here, you see, and this is that leg that so this was 1. So we're going to call this 1. We're going to come up here and I'm going to go here. Okay, I'm cutting off some of it. Okay, all I'm doing is I'm adjusting. You know what? I don't want to mess with it. We'll just make a stairway. We'll leave it at the 1. So now what we need to do is we need to fix the building. And I'm going to take the easy way out for right now and just because I do plan on utilizing this area underneath here. So we're going to do 1 because I want to get onto the main build. You know what? I'm just going to use grass to do this. Because I want to add in, before the video's over, I want to add, we're already at 30 minutes. Because I just don't know how to do time. I don't want people falling down on my construction site. So what I've done is I made the building. I made the building with the rings and just did, I just made it work. The cool thing about this is what it's going to do. If you leave, if you leave all these blocks like this and create like a cavern, they'll grow vines, which are really cool if that's the effect that you want. So this whole building was created by using nothing more than World Edit cylinders. And the roof was done by a dome. And all it required is that you find your center. And depending on how you're going to do it, and I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna fix the. I'm going to fix that ring on the top one before we go. So basically, I'm just trying to get an idea here. Okay, so this one's in. This one, we're gonna go 1, 2. We're gonna stack by 3, just to. Oh, I will show that other building. We're gonna stack by 3, and always make sure of your calculations. So this is our front door area. So we are going to just do this. Something's not right. Oh, duh. It just looked so weird. And then this, we're going to 1, 2, 3, 7. We're going to stack this by 7, not by Y, by 7. Bam. I'm going to have to move the street light. Okay. So I keep hitting the wrong key. What is wrong? So now this is our center. Oh no. Now how do I fix? You know, this ain't a problem. Because my idea was to come off of this building with a smaller building. This is what I mean. Now we want to come over here. We came out like this. Come up to about here. And we create a smaller building with columns. Actually, we do this. Then we put a column here. Here. We come up this high. And then we put a small glass roof on it. A peaked glass roof. That'll work. However, I am going to have to lower this by 1 because here's how we're going to do this. We are just going to put some helper blocks in here. It's going to be 2. And we're above. We're not out. Okay. Whatever. Okay, you won't let me do what I want? Fine. We'll do this then. I want to make sure I get in the entire building. Now I am going to screw up that tree. That's fine. So now we're going to look down and we're going to move this by 1. There we go. So now what we've done is we have, I probably could have rebuilt the entire building in the amount of time. The amount of time that it took. Now it's going to sink everything, and that's fine. But the reason why I did that was this now is equal. So I put the small building on there, and then they can walk through here, but I can also shrink. I believe I can shrink this. I might just no, I can't redo the stairs. So I might just shrink this by, we come over here, because this is going to add here. Going to do this. And then now this should not interfere with the stairs. Okay, so that fixes that. Perfect. So this is also going to be an entrance. And that's how it's going to look. That's fine. Ooh. If we come in here, we have 3. Come in here, there's a little foyer with that. We come in. It kind of looks goofy, but you come into the glass aquarium, and then you have this going across here. It's not the exact way that I wanted it, but it'll work. We have 2 entrances. And I could move this to the other side, but I'm going to leave it because it does exactly what I want it to do. And then I'm just going to refill. So right here, this area right here is is not right. We're going to fix that, and then I'll show you how I did the building. So one of these blocks here, oops. There it is. So you can see there's my center point. So I'm going to put a block right here. And it is 1, 2, 3. So call that 3. That's my center of my building. I want to get rid of that ridge. I don't want it all glass. I want a separation. So there's my block. 1, 2, 3. That's the one that I want. And we're going to create a hollow ring. So I'm going to go back into World Edit. I'm going to go to Cylinder. and white baked clay, length 1. I already screwed it up. So so what this is going to do is I'm going to go 1 above here. So length 1, base 22. No, not 22. It is 13. 13, look direction, hollow cylinder. I just did something wrong. We can fix this. So let's fix it real quick. We're going to turn it back into glass. Hollow cylinder. Now turn it back into glass. We need to go 1 more up. I screwed up. So let us stack another block. And call this one. Go back in here. Do white baked clay. Look direction, hollow cylinder, bam. And we fixed it. But you see, that's how you can fix it. Now for the water part, I had to completely add the water by hand. And this makes it cool because now we have that ridge there. We don't have that opening. So it makes it look really cool. Let's find where we're at here. I'm going to leave that like that. I might not even extend that. I'm going to have to... Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Turtle. I did not mean to do that. I don't know that I'm going to... actually do... I don't need to come out that far. So this is where... This is where we had a window. Then we did another window. I just want to see how it's going to look from the street side. Well, you see that it looks kind of goofy. There we go. All right. So then I'm going to add my decorations and everything else to make, because I really do like the way that this looked. You could so it adds a lot more detail to it. So there you have it. Now I just have to make that all blend in. But now it looks like it belongs. The reason why is that we have the conservatory over here. I'm going to make all this nice and pretty. And we have the park here. We have the museums right here. We have everything centered into where it's supposed to be. Cool. All right. So what we're going to do real quickly is we're going to go back and I'm going to show how, you know what, do this. We'll go home. Then, yes, I know I'm flying around, but I'm trying to save time. Go back out to the test world. Now what we'll do, show you how this works. We're going to come out here. And we're going to put a block down. And one, like I said, it does not work off of work. It does not work off of look direction. And I called that building Big Building. How's that for, how's that for naming? Allocate. There's the allocation. And like I said, it does not matter which way you're facing. It's going to put this building where it's going to. And bam! Look at that. And it adds the building. So the building is never gone. And I'm going to... Now, the one thing I have to be careful about is you saw when I put this building here that this was the direction I was facing, but it actually put the building here. And if you really look at it, so it made this the new front because this is the front of that building. So you have to take that into consideration. So the game does not, it will not like turn the blocks for you. It does that. So there you have it. That's going to do it because I'm already at 47 minutes. But hopefully, just by using the tools that you have, you can create some pretty cool structures and go from there. So I'm going to leave you at the fire here. So thank you very much for joining. And yeah. The like I said, the cool part about it is that by doing different things, I use 3 rings, and just by stacking, and you saw how I created that hole, and just by using the 3 rings in different calculations, you can create the entire building and then do whatever you want with it just by having that center section. So next episode, I'm going to show how I beautified the building, and we'll go from there. So thank you very much for watching. Until next episode, goodbye.